Right. Okay, we're recording and we're recording.
Yay! Hi everyone, Tanya's here with me from Ballet con Sazon in North Carolina. This is Edie, the Salsa Freak, coming to you live from Killeen, Texas. Another Ballet con Sazon studio, which I'm so proud. Willie is starting all over the place. Kudos to you, Willie, he's in Afghanistan right now. And so is Bob, one of my apprentices out there. Okay, so I wanted to show you something that we've implemented in the last year that we've been trying out, and it's really, really working. The reason why it's working, Tonya, I want you to ask me questions, okay? The reason why it's working is because I have, on average, anywhere between, on any given day, between 12 and 20 apprentices that I work with, depending on who's in, who's out. You know, they come and go, right? Apprentices come and go. And some of them are with you for a while. I feel that once they're able to teach lead and follow of yellow belt, both on 1 and on 2, they're considered a senior apprentice. And then your senior apprentices are going to be training your junior apprentices as the juniors come on board. Because what I've been finding is, I've trained over 30 apprentices in the last 2.5 years. And what I'm finding is that there's a gap between the junior apprentices that come on board. We have to spend a lot of time with them because white belt is huge. For example, when I train an instructor in the program, 50% of the time is spent teaching them white belt. The remaining 50% of the time is teaching them orange, yellow, camo, green, and purple, okay? So white belt is enormous, and that's evident in the videos that you see on McCoy, okay? Because white is huge. So this is what I do. There's an acquisition video that it's called the Apprentice Acquisition Process, and it's located inside of the Apprentice folder, which is in your BBS cloud under Training. And when you go to your cloud, you click Training, you go down to the Apprentice materials, you click there once, and in there is not only the 30-minute video on how to do the entire BBS system cloud, how to maneuver through the videos, how to get your training materials, how to get your products, where to get your logos, your business, all that stuff in your back office. But I recommend, and I give not only my apprentices access to my back office, my BBS cloud, in other words, but I also give my students access to that. Why? Because when you click on those menus, you have to have a username and password to get into the videos, which requires a subscription. And when you click on some menus, you have to have a username and access to get into Google Docs, which I grant to whoever, right? But the students, your students in class, have access to what you've accomplished. They can see that you got your red belt or your brown belt or whatever. They can see your video of you. They can see who you are. They can see the work and the hours it takes to achieve those belts, because that's all on your cloud page, and they can see the process. They can also see the rhythm studies. Like if a lot of them have a hard time finding the first beat of the music. Is that still recording?
This for yours?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Sure. Okay, was there having a problem finding 1 or 1, 2? You know, there is an entire menu there called Rhythm Studies. And I have on there 6 or 7 different websites, different areas, including my tiny CD. That's a very superficial, you know, how do you know the difference between merengue and salsa? That's how superficial it is, but it's still needed, right? And so there's all kinds of menu items on there, and one of them is called Salsa Rhythms. Uri in Israel, he's a friend of mine. I help him, you know, financially every year to come up with this timing studies for your students as well, okay? And he also has a great YouTube, I say visual timing on there, and he has a great YouTube site that actually shows you the steps with the music, with the clave sticks. He shows you the little drummer, and you'll see it on there. But anyway, your students should have access to that menu. Your students should also have access to the menu that looks like a big pyramid once you click on it of all the personal development. And there I have Wayne Dyer, I have Anthony Robbins, I have Louise Hay, I have Abraham. All those guys on there, it's personal and mental development that I want our instructors to be aware of at least. And so your students will be able to see, wow, I'm part of something bigger than I realize, okay? And when they see that, they get excited and they say, wow, I had no idea that this was so in-depth, that you guys have so much materials at your hand, that you have a brown belt manual, you have a red belt manual, you have a student manual, you have an apprentice manual, you have a blue belt manual, you have a purple belt manual, you have a DBM manual, you have all these resources. And the students will feel like, wow, I'm part of something that's awesome. Because black belt salsa, compared to any other dance school in the world, is so deep and so articulate and there's so much backing you, you know what I mean? But the thing is that you have to understand it first. We build rocket ships that go to the moon. Everybody else builds a little car that can get around the streets and just get by, okay? But to build a rocket ship to get to the moon takes a lot more planning, and it takes a lot more understanding from a highly intelligent, you know, engineers and architects and all this to get this thing to go to the moon. That's what we do, all right? We build weapons of mass seduction, all right? The whole system was built by a woman from the very start, okay, so that she could teach styling classes to women without getting an email. You know, Edie, you taught me all this beautiful styling when he touches your waist or touches your shoulders. But Edie, not a single guy touched my waist last night. Not a single guy let go of my hands the whole time. Not a single guy touched my shoulder. And so the reason why I started this was because I was teaching lady styling classes, not just, you know, solo work that all lady styling classes are at congresses. Because I tried that. I tried teaching a lady styling class with just, you know, boom, hit it. Edie, I got the email. Edie, you know, you taught this great lady styling class. The guy never let go of my hands the entire song. And I was so frustrated. I was thinking, you know, I have to teach these guys how to touch the woman, because that's how we used to do it in the day. They always touched our waist. They always touched our shoulders. Now, it's just a series of arm knots trying to get me to do all this craziness, and he doesn't let go. I was watching a video from the LA Congress, John Sensei, and I was so excited to see the styling from the women, right? Every single video I'm going, where's the styling? She did this once. Boom. That was it. And it's all about arm knots these days. And it's a wonder all the women like bachata now. Why? Because he's touching her on the waist, he's touching her on the shoulder. It's everything we used to do in salsa, right? And so I started teaching lady styling classes with men, because I had to teach the guys what women want. Do you understand? And so when I teach my lady styling classes, it's always guys free, you know? And same thing with men. When I teach my men's styling classes, it's always ladies free. So I can focus just on the guys, unless I teach them a co-ed, right? But anyway, so I thought, how do I get the guy to touch my shoulders, my waist, my knee? It's a turn on when a guy bends down, taps my knee, you know? Damn, where did that just come from? You know? And then when he touches my elbow, you know, when he touches a part of my body that's not my hands. Because a lot of times the guys hold your hands like this, and you end up having two little bruises on the back of your hand. You know what I mean? And so it's like, okay, gentlemen, let me tell you what a woman wants. They want black belt, okay? And so a guy came up to me last night, and he goes, you know, Edie, I went to Austin a few weeks ago, and he said, we were watching all these awesome guys, but, you know, all these crazy moves that they were doing with the girls, you know. He goes, I don't even remember the girl. I just remember the guy. And I said, you know what? The guy that was dancing with her, he doesn't remember her either. You know? He goes, you know, you can't, and I say, because he said, I was leading last night. And he goes, and I watched you lead, and I saw both of you I saw the girl and the guy. I saw how you protected, how you were all about her. Milton Cobo is that way. Mary Garcia is that way. Two of the top leads in the world, right? I consider them, all right? They're all about the woman. They're all about, you know, and it's so awesome to feel part of the dance when you're a girl, right? Instead of it always being about him, you know? Yeah. And even when I was dancing with you, I was just trying all these moves, and I realized, I said, damn, I need to think of Tonya. She's part of this, you know? And so as men, we get caught up in, oh, this is a really cool move, you know? And so what we're doing is developing cool moves for the guys and the girls at the same time with the Black Belt program. And obviously the people who have helped me build the curriculum, Pete, for example, you know, all of them have been just awesome in helping me, but I've had to steer them. I've had to say, don't forget about DTB. Sure, that's a badass move, but can you do it on the shoulders? Can you do it on the waist? Can you do it on, you know, in a tailbone with her arm up? What can she do, you know? And I had to redirect to DTB. So down the body, compared to when you first started, we didn't even have that term yet, right? Mm-hmm. And so DTB, down the body, is the heart and the core of the entire Black Belt program. Absolutely. And so what I've done is, with the apprentices, because there's so much information that I need to convey to the students, there's only one of me. That's why we're recording this now. It's still recording, right? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I am recording this so that all of you and all the schools can understand what the Denver facility is doing, because the Denver facility is like this big lab, okay? And it's like the Salsa think tank. It's like, okay, oh, that's cool. And I make sure to have a lot of apprentices who are just learning the program, and I'm seeing the guys that watch the videos, those are the ones that slam it to the top, okay? I have a guy named Kelvin. In 1 year, I couldn't teach him anymore. He just got everything. He was watching the videos day and night, and he would come to class and I say, okay, show me what you're doing. Oh, I saw this really cool camo move, and he would show me the camo move, and then DTB it, all right? Even if we didn't have the videos on, because he was so into DTBing from white belt, he just figured it out, you know what I mean? And I didn't even have to worry about training him because he had the videos, which was awesome. And so, but the thing that I worried about him was how he taught it. And so he was missing a lot of key things. He was missing key things that I thought were important, but he can't read my mind. You understand? Right. And so these poor apprentices would go to the class, our group class, and I'd say, did you remember to show them, you know, when we call it now the 5th position step, the back step before a right turn in white 2. Oh no, I forgot. Did you remember to do pistol grip? Oh shoot. Did you remember to extend the hands on 3? You know, instead of always wanting to get her, you know, just wait 1, 2, 3 until she comes to you. Oh shoot, man, I forgot that too. I'm thinking, you know, if I was the instructor, I would forget it also. Okay. So what we wanted to come up with the BBS shirts, we'll just put it on our shirt and we'll just remember what's on the shirt, you know? And I said, well, let's make big boards with a whiteboard, but that gets erased and messy. And so I went to Office Depot, and I wanted to just get one board, but all they had was the trifold boards. And I said, wow, you know, I guess I'll just cut the 2 ends off. And so what happened was I said, well, wait a minute. Why don't I just stand it up like that? Because we were going to buy stands and stuff, you know? And I said, oh, they stand up by themselves.
You're so smart. I told you were so smart.
It's not that I'm smart. I'm doing this out of necessity. I'm looking at this is an accident. The whole thing is an accident, really, okay? So anyway, check this out. So this is the orientation board, okay? And you guys are going to get pictures of this in email, okay? So you'll be able to see everything on here. All right? And at orientation, what we've discovered, okay, over experimental analysis is basically what it is, and then necessity, is we've discovered that students love to progress, okay? They love to get in there and know that the next day they're moving on, all right? So our orientation is made up of one instructor the entire month. And all he does is he brings the newbies in. We never say no. We never have a 6-week class. You know, we never have a 4-week. It's just keep coming in, right? And he filters through this beautifully. He's a comedian, by the way. His name is Jesse. And he's a real comedian. He does improv, okay? So you can imagine what our orientation day is like, okay? I know, right? Oh my gosh, just hire a comedian. Anyway, I'm so lucky. I'm just blessed by God, really. Anyway, so what he does is he simply reads the board. He says, okay, this is what it takes to get to black belt, you guys. He says, group classes, you're going to get your white, orange, yellow, camel, green, purple, and blue belt at group classes. And he shows his belt and he says, see everybody, they all have their belts on their left arm, okay? These are the instructor belts, by the way, okay? And when you guys get your instructor belts, they will look like this, all the way through black, okay? Tonya has hers, good. All right. So anyway, they're kind of thick, you know, to make a statement.
I like the thick ones.
It's like, look how badass I am.
Yes.
Anyway, so check this out. So he says, you got to do this to get your group classes, okay? Then he says, okay, to get your black belt, we have weekend workshops. We have spins, we have styling, we have musicality, and we have first, second, third degree black workshops, okay? And then here's our Facebook page and here's our website. So you're basically selling your program day one, because a lot of these people come in, they dip their toe in the salsa pond, and then they bail, right?
Right.
So what you're doing is you're selling the first day. You're trying to get them to come back, right? And then he says, okay, and he looks at the back of the board, and there's also a back to all these boards to tell your apprentices what to talk about. The short, long, long step. You know, do not allow them to leave until everything is mastered. Sorry.
That's fine.
Then we have talk about the fundamental 15. Okay. And then we have talk about at the end of the month, dress to impress, or whatever you offer at your school, we do that. We have all the girls dress up really pretty, and the guys too, you know, in suits and ties. And sometimes we'll have, if they're allowed, wine and cheese night, you know. At our school, they don't allow wine, so we just dress up. We found that the people don't even really drink that much at our old school. So anyway, then we have monthly workshops to make sure he talks about the quarterly boot camps that we hold, the private lessons, because some of these people never even go to your website afterward, ancillary products, you know, that we sell, and he points over to the table with all the products that we sell. All right, you can sell whatever you want. I just have a suggested, you can sell posture braces, DVDs. We have ankle wallets that we sell. You know, we have what's called a salsa starter kit that is a box, a very pretty box with a bow on it. And inside is a posture brace, an ankle wallet, 7 DVDs, and 50% off on my entire collection, and a free boot camp and a free workshop. The whole thing is $55. It's awesome. Yeah, it's called the Salsa Starter. We also have a bachata starter kit, against my will, but it still works because I have bachata DVDs in there. You know what I mean?
So good.
Yeah, it's a great idea. So it's called the starter kit. Right, and you know how many I sold during Christmas? I think I sold 15 of them at Christmas. You know, $55 each. That's pretty good, right? So it's a great Christmas. Pays the bills. And then here, look. Repetition, 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 repetition. Okay? All right, so on this side, emphasize that this is one day only. You know, one day only. See that? Super excited to come back the next week. You guys are going to be getting pictures of all these boards, so don't worry about it if you can't see it exactly today, okay? Detailed pictures. And they're also going to be in your student manual. When you go, you should have a direct link on your website to the BBS student manual, which is 76 pages long. And what it does is it tells the whole thing about the whole system, what we do. It even has pictures of the boards. Do you know what rubric testing is? I didn't, so I'll tell you, okay? rubric testing means, and Onita and you and Janet educated me on this. What do the students need to know in order to get to the next level? And that is in our student manual. It says rubric, R-U-B-R-I-C, okay? I didn't even know how to spell it. I was thinking Rubik Cube. And, but anyway, just do a search in the PDF file for rubric, and it takes you right away to Kirk. And Kirk shows you in summary what the lead is supposed to do, what the follow is supposed to do, what the partners are supposed to do. Boom. And then when you test them, whether you test as a group or individually, we like to test individually at our school because we found that when we test as a group, if we test the whole group and one person isn't up to par and the whole group moves to the next level and that one guy doesn't deserve to go up at all, right? We kind of have to move them up along anyway. And then these women are stuck with this guy in the next few months. And then I get the email. I'm always getting the email. Edie, you know, why is he moving up with us, you know? And so I test individually, and I do it in a very private area. And when they don't pass, I'll give them a free workshop. I'll give them a free boot camp. I'll give them a free hour private lesson if they don't pass.
That's good.
You know, I rarely do private because that's a lot of my time, but like I'll give them a free DVD. You know, you guys, the DVDs are only $5 each, right? And just give them a DVD if they don't pass so that they'll come back and want to come back. Because when they don't pass, they feel like crap a lot of times, you know? But you know what? Life's hard. In martial arts, they're not going to give you a black belt just because the rest of the group got it. You're going to get killed, right? And so I don't want this to be like, oh, just go to John because he passes everybody type thing. You know what I mean? Or I want him to actually feel a sense of accomplishment. Oh, you know what? I didn't pass that time. Why? And I tell them why. Because your copas aren't up to par. Because you're not doing the bounce correctly. Instead of bouncing, you're putting your thumb down and pulling me. That is not a bounce on a progressive left. Your steps are too short. On your count 3 does not look like Mount Everest, you know. You don't feel good when I dance with you. And I don't tell him that, but I try to be as nice as I can during testing, you know, and be loving and compassionate and let them know, okay, if you work on this and this and this, or like ladies, some of them can't get the copa. They want to go to camo so bad, but they haven't taken copa yet. Girlfriend, you need to go to Copa month. Once we get to Copa month, then we'll pass you. But I don't want to wait that long. Well, then take a private lesson. Oh, okay. How long? I'll get it done in an hour, and then you can move on, you know. Sometimes I award belts during my private lessons. I will have a whole stack of belts with me. I'll show you the student belts. Did you see her? Where are they?
Here.
Okay. If in case you guys didn't know, these are the belts. Okay? Belts. And these, I just carry these with me, right? So that you guys can see the colors and stuff. But 24hourwristbands.com sometimes has great deals. Right now they're 6 cents each. They had this huge, massive sale a couple weeks ago. Anyway, I carry my belts with me at the during the testing. And then when they pass, I take the belt off. I don't ever take it off myself because that's emasculating to me. It's also stripping me of my power. Do you understand? In a symbolic way. So I always have a stack of the belts there at registration, and I go grab a belt and I say, put out your left hand, and I award them their belt after they've passed, and I give them a huge hug. And that to them means the whole world. And they go out of there, hey, look, I got my, and they're so happy, you know, that they got to their belt. And then they go, and I always do it during the hour of power, because then they could brag to everybody that they got their belt. You know what I mean? So the hour of power is, I know some schools can't do an hour of power, but you guys just figure it out, you know. This is what we do. And in the black belt system, you're not required to feed your people pizza, okay? You're not required to have a full hour or 90 minutes of class. This is just ideal and what works, okay? You have to learn to do what works for you. And whatever that takes is fine. We can't force you to do anything. You know what I mean? All we want you to do is respect the time and effort and the cost. Because every time I upload a video, it's $10 for me that I have to unload. So every single one of those videos costs Edie $10 to upload. And there's over 400, close to 500 videos now up there. So you can imagine the money that it has taken me personally to finance this whole, and hopefully one day it's going to come back, you know. So if you guys could just make sure to pay your membership dues, whatever they are, you know, just every month, just to help me out, that'd be awesome, you know, because I use my private lesson money to finance this. I haven't borrowed any money, nothing. I don't believe in that. So anyway, so what we want to do is I'm going to continue. All you have to do is follow this board. It talks about the egg. It talks about the 3 elements of water. This is all done the first day. How to ask a person to dance, okay? It talks about the pistol grip hold. It talks about everything that your senseis should have taken in their blue belt and purple belt training, okay? It talks about, I don't even know what it talks about. And you know what? I taught a boot camp the other day. I had to get the board because, you know, I'll be teaching a boot camp and thinking, oh man, I forgot to tell them this, you know? So I had all my whiteboards out of my boot camp. And I just looked at the board, and I'm getting, you know, old, right? I'm getting senile. I'm starting to forget things. Say, okay, what is this? I get my glasses on. Oh yeah, how to ask a person to dance. Feel his pinkies, right? And that's in the shape of a heart because that's a direct line to his heart, right? And then I have, okay, flick alpha male, because here we teach how to transition between open and closed position. All we teach at fundamentals is the basic step and the crossbody lead, day 1. We do not teach a turn. That's too complicated for these people. I know, right? It's just like, they're just too, it's complicated, right? And so we teach the Frankenstein technique, okay? Do you know what that is? Come over here. All right, just to review, quick review. Now remember how we do whole pinkies, and we walk 5 steps forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So, right. Yeah, absolutely. All right, that's cool. That's great too, okay? I teach that at the very beginning. 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3. But then, now, some of them still can't get it because the guys are still doing this point, right? And so this is what we do. We have a whole line of people, and this is on video, by the way. It's on McCoy. It's the BBS Fundamentals first day, okay? Put the hands here. Boom. All right, all the ladies on that side, put your right hand on your girlfriend. Good. Gentlemen, all the guys, I want you to put your right hand on your buddy. Boom. Okay, everybody, are you ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, and this gets rid of that point thing. You know what I mean? I love this. Isn't this awesome? I call it the Frankenstein technique. It's actually the Borg theory. Remember the Borg in Star Trek? You're part of the collective. Resistance is futile. Yes. Remember that? So this is what we do, you know, I tell you. And so that's what we do in addition to the pinky thingy, right? To the thing, boom, boom, boom. Yeah? And so that's called the Frankenstein technique. You see a little Frankenstein guy there? So it reminds you to do that. And we also teach the mermaid. See this thing that looks like a fish? See that? Okay? The mermaid. We also teach that to the girls. The day 1. They haven't even learned their basic yet. They're already looking good, right? And it's so easy, and it looks so beautiful after all these moves you do. You know, Tony, come here for a second. Why don't you do the mermaid? You know, we don't teach guy styling yet. No way. Boom. Oh, you're just going to do a turn. Oh. You're going to turn right, and now you're going to execute the mermaid. Look how beautiful that is. And when she does it with just one hand, same thing. Boom. Very nice. And so you're going to show the fountain later on, girlfriend. All right?
Oh, goodness.
So now we also show them what DTB is. Now notice, on the DTB, we have here, you know, this DTB girl. Guys can also DTB themselves. All right, so we have a DTB board all the way down to the left knee, okay? See that? And what happens is this. Look, come here, girl. Now, check this out. We've got 7 high hands, right? That's in your manual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice how I ninja'd that because it makes the guys feel awesome, right? When they ninja. And when we do a ninja, we mean this, okay? So when like yesterday when I was training Andrew, I would say ninja the move, and he would know right away to grab my other shoulder, which is really cool. Ninja is part of black belt anyway, right? A black belt martial arts term, right? Yeah, so that's 7. And how many shoulders have we got? 1. Ninja it, guys. Ninja it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many waists do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many tailbones do we have? Oh no, low hands. We have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many tailbones do we have? We have 1, which is called a hammerlock. We have 2, another hammerlock. Now, this is where it gets fun. This is where martial arts comes in. We have the karate, flip on 7 if you're on 1, okay? Or 5 if you're on 2. 1, grab her here or here. 2, grab her here or here. Same side. It's called a strike. Strike. The previous were called karates. Grab her here or here. So that's 1, 2. Oh! That was the hammerlock 1 to hammerlock 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 2 at the same time. Strike 6, 7. Wax on 8. Diagonal, left, left. 9. You see what I mean? And what that happens is this. She turns. I can do a strike and lead her into another turn. Or she turns to whatever, the left, the right. It doesn't matter. I'm turning her left. Wax on. Boom. I can also end it in a progressive. She does a progressive. I strike right away and then grab. Okay? So there's 9 tailbones.
Awesome.
Yeah. There's 2 knees. Why is there 2 knees? Because I still grab, and it's only on a left progressive, okay? Doing a left in place knee is kind of almost semi-rude. Bending down right in front of her, right? No. You do it during a progressive, and when she progresses, you're lunging, you take one hand, tap the knee when it comes forward on 5, or if you're on 2, 2, or you use the other hand, she comes forward, same thing, you tap, and then you turn her. Okay, you understand?
Yes.
Yeah, she knows all this already. And then, so that's the knee. We have some elbow moves, which are really cool. Turn, elbow. Yeah, elbow also happens in, right? Is that weird? And then we do, I got that from Tropical Gym in Milan. They do those in their shows. Right. So these are elbows, obviously. You can, I also had an apprentice do, Edie, guess what I discovered? Look. I learned a lot from my apprentices, okay? And I know, right?
Elbow.
Because
is that on there? Elbow moves?
yeah, the elbow is on her DTB body. Elbow, right there. It's on her body. Right there, elbow.
Okay, I got it.
Okay? And so, your whole thing as a sensei instructor, your apprentices are #1. They are your #1 student. You have an apprentice program, you have a student program. They're 2 entirely different things. No, I need you to do your head loops. Now check this out, okay? How do you feel? Good? Good. I'm coming right over to eat leftover weird pizza together with you. Okay? Now watch this. And it's written on the boards because our apprentices forget it all the time. They go, I'm coming over to eat leftovers. You know.
That's what I did.
Okay, so check it out. I'm coming right over. It's a right over left head loop to eat leftover. Now you flip your hands to make it a weird hand hold. Weird. Really weird. Pizza together with you. And you rub down the back and then you can turn her left or right. Okay? Now, the guy can also DTB himself. All right? We discovered this like on accident last year because I was doing a slant, right? And I wanted to do a really cool slant with my left hand because we were doing all this stuff. And I put my hand behind my back and I just did what's called an overcoat tucker and did a right progressive off of the slant, right? Is that freaking awesome? You can do it with this too. You can do this. Bam, bam, bam. You have her hand, you put her into a left progressive, okay? That's pretty cool, right? He can pizza himself in a slant. This was all discovered during slants. Look. 1, 2, 3. That's his own pizza. So the DTB is no longer just the DTB girl, it's the DTB guy as well. Look at the difference between this move. 1, 2, 3. Okay, do that again. 1, 2, 3. Now this is the exact same move. Watch. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I know it's boring, right? I like the other one. It looks 007-ish, right? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. And this is the overcoat. And we also have an overcoat. Watch. We call this the overcoat walk. Check this out. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And if she's doing her fountain, check this out. Watch this, guys. This is how to get from point A to point B all the way over there in a nice hurry. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 5. You can just walk. Look at the fountain she's doing, right? You can even do that fountain when you ask a woman to dance, right? So I come up to her, pass her by, show her my back. There. Now, when you're going across the dance floor, instead of her just dangling her hand down there like some dead fish, right? Have you ever seen those fish in the market? They just hang. After a while, they start to stink, right? So watch her do her fountain while I'm asking her to dance. I'm bringing her to the dance floor. I'm saying, yeah, I got this beautiful woman. Look at her. That's just her being asked to dance. Now, is that freaking awesome? In fact, that's what I did yesterday with Andrew when he pulled me to the dance floor. I started touching myself with Andrew. And everybody was going, woohoo, get on Andrew. So the fountain, now that we're on the fountain subject, I want you to watch Tanya do the fountain during a bridge walkthrough. Let's do a bridge walkthrough. You guys call it LA walk, whatever. So we're going to do a bridge walkthrough this way. Get back there. Okay. Now, she's going to do it. Actually, let's do it this way so that the audience can see you. Okay, she's going to execute her fountain, and I'm going to put her into a turn. And she's going to take her time. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, bridge across in front. Good. Now I'm going to put her into a turn. 5, 6, 7, and 1. It took her 3 8 counts to finish that fountain. You see what I mean? And so already at white 1, what did we teach? No, at white 2, the girls got all this stuff to do with their bodies while the guys are stressing out trying to figure out the move. You know what I mean? Yes. Yeah? Okay, cool. All right, so we did the head loops, yeah? So remember, the guys can head loops themselves. The guys can pizza themselves. They can waist themselves. They can waist themselves. They can waist themselves. Watch this for a slant. Watch how I can DTB a slant. Hold on, come over here because you're going to need a little bit more room. This is called a tailbone slant for the man. Watch this. 1, 2, progress left. 5, 6, 7, 1. Was that freaking amazing? That was just an accident. That was an accident.
What happened there?
Look, because I wanted the guys to do a tailbone slant on themselves, and it just came out one day. The system starts to create these moves that you only see at congresses. Mm-hmm. Look at this. It's just a tailbone slant. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1. That's all that is for a man. And look at this elbow tailbone wing slant. 1, 2, 3, 5. He just tailboned himself. Now he can't ninja himself and wax on himself. Can you imagine? Wouldn't that be funny? All of a sudden you're dancing with him and he's doing this to himself.
That would just be weird. I would never do.
So anyway, there's certain moves, you know. So at the shoulder he can DTB himself. I don't think he can elbow himself, but you know, touch his body in certain areas. You know what I mean? That's where he DTBs himself. You understand that?
Yes.
Good, I tell you.
I love it.
Yes, okay, so I think we're done with that part. So anyway, now you're not going to tell all this to everybody at your fundamentals group, okay? But your apprentices should have access to this video, and your apprentices should watch this just to see how the whole system works, okay? All right. And it'll make your job as a sensei of your school, Sensei Tonya, so she can relax a little bit, you know, and take a vacation. Just say, you know what, just watch that video. Everything is right there. I'm just going to repeat what she's saying, you know? All right, that's why we have videos anymore. And I also have my own YouTube channel. I have the Edie the Salsa Freak YouTube channel, and I'm making a Black Belt Salsa YouTube channel finally, okay? Yeah. So it's coming, right? There's only one of me. All right, so that is your very first day. And what we do is we have one apprentice who puts out all the boards in the whole studio, and there's a board and a tape at every single station. So we have all of our belts in the same room, and we walk in, and the apprentices are setting up the tables, the apprentices are running around doing this stuff. I have one guy doing the warm-up. He's doing the warm-up all cool, and the apprentices are scurrying around setting up. So there's a roll of tape and a board at every station, okay? And you see it on the floor. And then the apprentices go to their station and they say, okay, class, today this is what we're learning. Today is week 4. We're going to be covering tailbone and head loop, and we're going to show you exactly what we're doing. Now, let me show you that. So this is oh, by the way, you see the numbers? The numbers on the side of the boards here? See the numbers here? You see that? Those are the 9 tailbones, the 9 low hands, the 7 head loops. There's 42. These all add up to 42. There's 42 ways of turning a woman one direction. Okay?
Awesome.
Yeah. And then if you add the guys DTB in there, there's even more, you know? It just continues to grow. And what's fascinating is, you know, I'll look at a video on YouTube of a congress or whatever, and the guys will come back and go, Edie, I want to learn this move. And I'll say, yeah, that's just a slant into a left progressive. It looks like a purple move, a swivel. Sure, we could do that. Now let me show you 42 ways of doing this. And they just look at me and go, damn, you know, I could show you that move in maybe 4 private lessons, you know. So anyway, so now we have white 1, okay? This is the white 1 board. All right, now here we talk about, this is their second day of class. They've graduated, they got their belt. I give a free DVD to every orientation because I have thousands at home I need to get rid of. And now my DVDs are online, you know, but the students still like to come home with something. We also have what's called goodie bags. And a goodie bag it's just a brown paper bag you get at Walmart. You don't even need to make anything fancy. I think a stack of 200 is like $5, something like that. And you put in there your business card, your workshops, your information, your boot camps, your cruise stuff that you're going to go, whatever, your Zumba classes, people, your sponsors, put all of their stuff in their goodie bag and lots of candy. I'll go get candy at Walmart and mints and stuff like that. And I say, okay, everybody, make sure you take the orientation, make sure you take your goodie bags on the way home. And they get home and they have a goodie bag, you know, and they look in there, they eat the candy, and they look at all this stuff, you know? Yeah. You got to sell, you know? You got to constantly be in your customers' faces, okay? So, this next one is week 1 and 2, okay? Week 1 and 2 is high hand, shoulder. Week 3 is waist and low hand. Week 4 is tailbone and head loops. Week 5, if there's a week 5 in the month, and there's a lot of months with 5 weeks, is review week. Sometimes you won't get to review because there's only 4 weeks, okay? But this is always the same. Pete recommended that we keep high hand and shoulder for 2 weeks because there's just a lot to do, okay, with high hand and shoulder. And then waist and low hand is another area. So he wanted to keep these 2 weeks, but you guys could do whatever. But I love split leads. And split leads are talked about in White 1, okay? Split lead. I got an orange belt a person who went through 3 months of training in white belt, and I was testing him in orange. And I said, okay, show me a shoulder split for a left progressive, because he learned that in white 3, right? Mm-hmm. And he just looked at me and he goes, what's a shoulder split? And I said, you don't know, they didn't tell you what a split lead was? No way, you've been in the program for 3 months and you don't know what a split lead is. And so this is why we have boards, right? Okay, as long as your apprentices talk about every single thing on this board, your job is so easy. I'm going on vacation for an entire month in August, okay? My apprentices are gonna be fine. As long as they have these boards. If there's a fire, okay, I don't know what to do, right? But, you know, it's like, okay, I put in so many hours with you guys, you know? Me personally, you guys don't have to do this at your schools because of time or whatever, but I do 2 hours on a Thursday night with the apprentices, and I will do 2 hours on a Sunday with the newbies, with the junior apprentices who still can't lead and follow yellow belt on 1 and on 2. The junior apprentices, I do 2 hours with them from 12 to 2 on Sunday, and then the senior, all the apprentices together again from 2 to 3. I'm sorry, from 2 to 5, so that's 3 hours. Then when they teach the classes, they're learning also, because when you teach, you learn. In fact, if you want to learn anything, teach it. And so that's also a training session for the apprentices as well. And so they are teaching during the training. They come an hour before practice and use me to help them review their move, to refine it, whatever they need to do. So they spend an hour training there. They spend 90 minutes teaching the class, and then they have to dance with the beginners, okay? Not all night long, because they like dancing with each other. But they dance with the beginners to get to not only figure out how to lead and follow their moves now to the normal public, right? But also to get private lessons. And me personally, at my school, I do not take a percentage from the apprentices, okay? The reason is because I don't want them to have to start hiding things from me, or teaching on the side, or don't tell Edie because, you know, she was gonna take 40% of my private. That's my personal thing. You guys can do whatever you want, okay? But I don't want apprentices to start doing things behind my back. We operate on a very transparent level. In fact, I take out an entire day to teach them how to teach private lessons. And when you operate your school based on the fear of lack or not enough, my apprentices are going to take all my privates from me and I'm the sensei. If you start thinking like that, you're fear-based. And your school is going to remain small, and eventually it's going to shut down, because now your apprentices are sensing that fear. They themselves will become fearful, and it's going to be an uncomfortable environment, and then they're going to want to leave and start their own school anyway without you. You understand? I have 2 apprentices that already started a BBS school. They still come to apprentice training. I support them. I advertise it. I even let them take the microphone and talk about their school in my class, because the franchise protects every single sensei within a 10-mile radius, okay? So I will not allow, as the owner, nobody else to teach within 10 miles of you, okay? Now they can do weekend workshops if you want to work together, that's fine, you know, but I want us to be a family, you know? Maybe they could come over and be an apprentice for you. My apprentices do, they have their own school, but on a different night, right? And because we're not fear-based, and because they respect me and I respect them, you know, they're having it on a different night. So they can, we even have a deal, we're working out a deal where if my students go to their school and their students come to my school, we give them a discount, you know what I mean? And so when you operate in a beautiful, loving, supportive way of people, yes, I want you to make as much money as you can. I told my apprentices, I said, I expect each one of you to making $1,000 a month teaching private lessons to our pool of students. Because if I was a selfish sensei and I said, no, you know, I'm the only one that's going to teach private lessons at my school, I would not have a marriage anymore. You know, I would be teaching so many privates to where my life would be crap. You know what I mean? And so it's like, okay, no, I only want to teach during these hours during the day. I want to be at home with my husband because I don't want to be divorced again. And it's like, you know, the money will come. It will. And it feeds on each other. So when your apprentices are teaching privates, they're encouraging their students to go to class, to your class, so that they can dance with the pool of students. They're encouraging their private lesson students to take your workshop, your boot camp. It's like everybody wins. And the better dancers that you have in your school, because they're taking private lessons, the more people from outside will see that, oh, they're just a beginner school. Don't go to their social because they're all beginners and their students suck. No, what you want to do is you want to get these students badass, whatever means possible, as fast as humanly possible, so that when people come to your school, the women are going, oh my God, there's something about those black belt guys. There's something about this lead. I don't know what it is. We're going back, honey. We're going back to the black belt school, right? And you can only train so much in class. And I can only spend so much time with all the student base. In fact, I don't even know half my students, to be honest. I know my apprentices. I know every single one of them. I know how they are. I know their problems, their issues. I got it. Because that's my first line. They're my first line. They're the guys that are in the battlefield, you know, when I'm gone, and I need to take care of them. As long as they're fed, they're watered spiritually, emotionally, physically, and I'm there for them, and I'm talking to them, and I put my whole 100% effort, and I pour my soul out for them, and I make them do it 1,000 times. They see the blood, sweat, and tears that I'm giving to them. In fact, I tell them, okay, my fees are $80 a month this year. They're going to go up next year, right? They're $80 a month. How many hours am I spending with you? Between 10 and 12 hours a week, sometimes more. Yes. 80. Now, how many hours per week is that? That's even in your apprentice acquisition thing. How many hours per week is that? Per month? That's about 50 hours a month. What's 80 divided into 50? $1.23 an hour, $1.60 an hour. So that's what you're paying for my time. Edie is costing you $1.60 an hour. Okay, I charge $75 an hour for my private lessons, and you're getting me for $1.60. Okay, and they're thinking, damn. Okay. I'm not going to complain about the apprentice fees being so high because the value I'm getting. Plus, I give them a free DVD every month. Okay, if they remind me, and they get free workshops. They get free boot camps. They get a free posture brace. No, okay, it's a big deal. But anyway, they can, and plus. All my products, the apprentices get 50% of anything they sell, okay? You don't want to leave the home that feeds you, you understand? And so it's like, okay, it's such a great deal to be an apprentice, you know? And because I give so much, hopefully they'll be able to give back when I'm not there, you know? Right. And so I don't need to stress out about, oh, did they remember this? Did you remember? Did you do this? Did you? And then I'm writing emails and texting everybody, don't forget to do this. No, they got this. And if they don't got it, then somebody else is backing them up, got it, you know? And then, of course, I'll hear about it the next day and I'll say, okay, what happened? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. This is how you need to treat your apprentices. And as long as you're watering them and you're feeding them spiritually, emotionally, physically, and you're spending so much time with them. Yesterday, how many hours did I spend with Andrew when you guys were doing your thing? I spent 10 hours with Andrew, you know? And then the 3 hours the day before, because I know he's the man here. We need a good man here in Colleen while Willie's gone, so that the flowers can blossom, you know? He's the pot. He's the nourishment that the ladies need. That's why I spend so much time with him, because they need him out here, you know, and he needs to know the program. And so I pour just as much into him as I do my own apprentices, you know. And sometimes I get aggravated with my apprentices too. They're dinking around, they're laughing, you know, it's not that I don't want them to laugh. I want us to have fun. I'm so glad that we have a couple that just make me crack up. I mean, Steve and Jess, they're both comedians, right? Anyway, so I love that. But sometimes I get upset. I get short-tempered a little bit, and I have to back off. And I say, John, can you please teach the class? You know, and because they're not getting it, or I get impatient with them, you know. And I feel like they're my kids. It's like, would you guys please behave? Even the other apprentices notice. Even the other apprentices, okay, there'll be no laughing now, you know, because it's just a joke sometimes, and I know that it aggravates the others. So I just let them in, and I taught them quietly. I grab them and I say, okay, control the class, control your class. And I don't say anything. And then the apprentice has to step up. Okay, guys, get in. Okay, everybody, come on. And it's up to them to control the class. It's not me. Hey, you guys, shut up. He's trying to teach. No. Am I going to be there for them in the group class saying, okay, white belts, shut up. Miguel's time to teach while I'm in camo? No, it's not going to work. So I give them a realistic view. I step back and I say, you teach the class. Another thing that I do, let's say, for example, we're in white belt, and I say, okay, I want you guys, when you come to class, you're going to be already prepared to teach. Is my thing still running?
Yep.
Okay. I want you guys to be prepared to teach white when you come in, both of you. Well, what are we going to teach? Well, what week is it? I ask them a question back. Well, what week? Oh, it's week 3. Well, what is that? If they ask me, well, what is it? I say, you tell me what's week 3. It's waist and low hand. Yeah. Well, how many waist and low hands are you going to teach? I start asking them questions. I'm not the answer person anymore. Well, there's 5 waists and there's 9 low hands. Good, and we have this is what we made up here in Texas. Look at this. We have handcuffs, okay? We have a handcuff, and we have a Coke bottle, okay? See that? And that's a lady styling move. You know what that is? So if you give me a waist and a low hand, come here, Tanya. I want you to lift up your arms and then clasp your clasps, okay? Okay? So I'm going to give her a waist and long hand. 1, 2, 3, 5. I'm going to turn right. Ready? And
I'm going to do this one.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1. And then she comes down. Good. You know what that was? That was the handcuff and then the Coke bottle. You see what I mean? Is that beautiful or what? I have her do it because she's so much awesomer than me. Okay, now check it out. Now look at this. So I say, okay, I want the girls to do a waist and low hand. I'm sorry, a handcuff and a Coke bottle already at week 3 this week. And you're going to show them 12 ways of doing this move. And sometimes some moves don't work, okay? It just won't work, right? Because you're gonna end up turning left instead of right or whatever, or it just doesn't feel good. And like any family, some family members don't get along, you know? So maybe you'll only be able to do maybe 11 or 10, you know? But that's a heck of a lot more than most schools. You see what I mean? So during this week number 3, your apprentice is going to go to the apprentice team and say, okay, you're just going to sit back in your chair and you're going to look at them and say, okay, show me what you're going to teach. You have no idea. As the school sensei, you don't even have to think, which is awesome. I'm in my car going, I'm thinking about my grocery list, whatever, and I get there and I think, oh, okay, everybody's here. All right, we have a yellow. Okay, Arturo, show me what you're going to teach for yellow. And he comes up and he says, okay, we're going to do this today, and we're going to do that, and okay, class, get over. He's very animated. We're going to do this, you guys are going to be badass, and you guys are, I love Arturo, right, the way he teaches, because he teaches like he's in the military and doing a hip-hop video at the same time, you know, it's hysterical. So, and then Mateo was really good because he was military. Okay, again, review. It's so many different personalities, you know, in your apprentices. So now they know that they're going to have at least 5 plus 9. What's 5 plus 9? 14. See, I can't even add. I told you my IQ, right? Anyway, 14 moves that they're going to get to teach that night. Options. In 90 minutes, 14 moves to a second-day student is huge, right? Yes. And if you repeat it over and over and over again, and your apprentices realistically might only just do 5. Okay, realistically, but at least now they got it. You know, they said, oh, okay. And what we do always, this is critical, everybody. You do the footwork for that move the first 5 minutes. You take the girls and you put them on this side. Come here. And you say, okay, girls, ladies, this is what you do. Because you teach the girls first so that they could do their own thing, right? And then you go, all right, this is the footwork. Right turn, and now you can either step forward or you can step diagonally. Depends on the guy's footwork. Both are correct, okay? So, 1, let's step diagonally. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, basic cross body, and then we'll do cross body because that's what they learned last week in orientation. And then we'll do a right turn, boom, cross body lead. 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the girls are figured out. Ladies, make sure you're doing your mermaid. What else did we learn? And then we're going to do a hair comb. So the ladies are going to do their turn and a hair comb. So now we got the ladies figured out, right? Now we're going to take the guys. The ladies are doing their hair comb and their turn, their mermaid. The guys, okay, now pretend you're a man, okay? Man up, Tonya. All right, ready? And so we're going to do a basic first. 1, 2, 3. We're going to turn right on 1. 1, 2, 3, cross body, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and turn right, 2, 3, you know what I mean? The whole thing. You just get them doing that little cadence, okay? Then you take all the guys on one side, and you take all the girls on the other side, and you say, okay, everybody, you're going to do exactly the same thing. John, put on the music. Boom. And we have this really cool footwork song that's very trance-like. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. And it's kind of nice. You don't have to play it, but it's nice. We like it, okay? So, okay, everybody, I'm the man, you're the girl. 5. And then John plays this footwork song after we learn the footwork for the move. And every single belt does that. So the first 5 minutes, you go over the footwork for the entire month. Because why? New people are always hopping into that belt every week. So let's say that you're at week number 4. And you're going over tailbone and head loops that week, on week 4. Okay, you're doing tailbone and head loops. Well, guess what? You have a brand new orange guy coming into your yellow, and he has no clue what the footwork is. Okay, so he's in there tailbone, and he only knows that this is basket, or no, I'm sorry, that this is right progressives, and he's doing a tailbone and head loop. He doesn't even know the footwork. You're throwing him into the move. Well, these guys have been doing it for a month. It doesn't matter. They still need to review the footwork because they still suck after you've been teaching them for 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Their footwork's still not down. So let's do it. Let's do a right turn into a crossbody lead. You're the girl. I'm the man. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3. He turns right, or she turns right. He'll turn right. Good. Now crossbody lead. Crossbody lead. 5, 6, 7. Right turn. She turns. Crossbody lead. Boom, boom, boom. And see what the Apprentices forgot to do was teach for a long time the guys how to turn right. So what was happening is that they would get to orange belt and they didn't know how to do a left turn. No man knew how to do a left turn because for 3 months we were only teaching the girl to turn instead of his and hers. So check this out. What I have on the board is his and hers. Did you see that? His and hers. Because he's got a DTB himself. Like let's say for example, let me show you a DTB. Let's do a shoulder one, which is really cool. So I'm going to do a split lead, crossbody lead. Sorry, we don't have space, so my mountain sucks right now. Okay, sorry. So now I'm going to do a shoulder for him. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Crossbody lead. 5, 6, 7. Extend on 3. Touch her on 3. 5, 6, 7. Crossbody lead. Now I'm going to use my right hand. 1, 2, 3. And you can do the same thing with the left turn. 1, 2. Extend on 3. Touch on 3. 6, 7. Crossbody lead. Now I'm going to do my left turn. 1, 2, 3, 5. Which way is left? It's this way. 2, 3, 5, 6. And this teaches her how to keep her hand on his neck. That's actually a learned thing because a lot of girls don't know to
Don't
keep
go
it
like
up
this.
there. I know, it's like, where did she go? You know what I mean? I tell you. So are you understanding this?
Yes,
Is
I'm
this
loving
thorough?
it. I'm
Okay?
loving it, yes.
And this, Tonya, this is, you know, my sincerest apologies for not really conveying this thoroughly. But to be honest, I wanted to see if this worked for a while, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And now I so believe in this. And I guess I just threw that stuff up there and I showed it to you guys. And it's like, this is what we're doing. And just expect you to learn it and understand it. No way. You need this explanation, you know?
Yes.
And so it's better late than never, right?
That's good.
And at least you know that it works with us.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so excited to tell the entire black belt world about this, you know?
Summit?
We're going to have a summit. We're going to have a yearly summit. If you guys can make it, great. If you can't, we'll broadcast it, okay? Even if it's just my apprentices, we're going to have a summit, okay? So anyway.
I'm coming to the summit.
Absolutely, because there's nothing better than seeing it live in person, because you got to feel it, you know what I mean? That's why I spent so much time with Andrew, because I wanted to pass the feeling on to him that you and I have felt from Milton Kobo, from Dancing with Neri. You and I know what they feel like.
Mm-hmm.
They themselves don't know what they feel like. They don't know what they're teaching. They don't know how they're doing their work because they're so damn good that they say, oh, doesn't every guy do this? No. You are the only one that does this little prep before this. You're the only one that makes me feel like a woman when I dance with you. And I had to convey that feeling to my apprentice, men and women. You know, I convey the feeling of the top leads in the world because I so desperately want, if I can't be in Europe, I'm going to bring Europe here. I'm going to bring Europe here. I'm going to bring Milton here. If I can't have Neri every week, I'm going to create little Neris. You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing. Milton and Neri, so many other great leads. You know, you have great performers. You have certain men that only can dance with certain women.
Yeah.
You know, there's a few women out there that if you saw them dancing with Terry, for example, from France, they look amazing with him. But you see that same woman dancing with just Joe regular person, she doesn't look as good. Mm-hmm. And so on YouTube, it's very deceiving because they only videotape the best of the best together. But when you take that best guy with a girl that is not that great, or that best girl that with a guy that is not so great, it's like, okay, you know, it's not as incredible, you know. Mm-hmm. So that's why YouTube can be deceiving at times, all right? So anyway, so here is we put, and then on the back, okay, we have instructor notes. Now this is the standard template instructor notes that we have for the back, so they don't forget. We also have little white W1 here, W1 here. Why? Because when these are stacked and we need to find white belts, we can find it right away, okay? I do the same thing with orange, now that I'm on the same subject. I put the top orange. You see that? Make the top orange. That was also out of necessity using the boards because we'll have the board stacked like this and say, oh, I need the orange board. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Okay,
so that's how we do that. Now, let's move to white 2. Okay? Is mine still running?
Yep.
Okay. Now, same thing. This side of the board is the same as, and then this side of the board is the same. So these 2 flaps are always DTB. Okay? Because that's the core, that's the heart of black belt is DTB. Alright, so now you teach the woman, the guy, the 5th position break. The 5th position break turn is something that we just came up with last week. Why? Because cumbia, check this out, and I reconfirm this with Pete, cumbia is bigger steps, huge. A 5th position break is just a slight, I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong foot, I'm sorry. This is cumbia. If I'm the man, okay, cumbia, 5th position break, open break. Okay, now let me do that to the side. Cumbia, 5th position break, open break. Now, it's not open break.
Yes.
It is open break. Short, long, long is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Ladies, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Gentlemen, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Ladies, toe, toe, heel, toe, heel. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Toe, toe, heel. The reason why I don't teach a toe heel for the men is because they start looking like they're tipping toeing through black belt salsa. They start looking like this when they're coming forward.
Right.
That's, I don't know where they got that from ballroom. We're still going to keep this whole street, okay? We want to keep straight, right? And so that's why we teach that style for the guys, okay? Cross-body lead is short, long, long, short, long, long. Now, even bridge, short, long, long, short, long, long. That's men's footwork, okay? Cross-body lead for ladies. And short, long, 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 short, long, 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 short, long, okay? So that's kind of where we're at with that, all right? I used to teach this for the men. 1, 2, 3, slide in because you're going with her. What we want to eliminate entirely from the guys' crossbody lead is this. Short to the side, open. We want to eliminate short, hold on, what was the other one? This is what we want to do. We want to keep it 1, 2, 3, that's huge. In open breaks, 1, 2, 3, it's huge, okay? Because what's happening is we're not getting Mount Everest from the guys. 1, 2 Mount Everest, okay? I'm digressing, but this is where I'm talking about short, long, long. You understand? We do not want this either. We don't want crossbody lead for men. Want short, long, long, step back even further, long, long. Come over here for a sec. This is what happened in Los Angeles, okay? This is why the LA guys do this. Come over here. The guys cross their arms in LA. They pull across. Let me show you why. Because they don't get out of her way on the line. They go 1, 2, 3. They're in her way still. They step back and pull her across on 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is what they do out there, and it makes sense, doesn't it? Yes. Why? Because you don't know you're going to do anything until now. Now you got to get this whole pull thing. Yes. All right, that's why guys do the cross thing. Now check it out. If you do black belt style, on count 2, you're giving her a lot of time to know that this is a crossbody lead, so she can start her styling. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I'm sorry, step back. Damn, come here. 1, 2, 3, step in place, 6, 7. You see what I mean? So you're already out of her way. What I had one instructor do when he came to town, he said, you have to step back on 5. You have to step back on 5. But they didn't realize that in black belt, we're already stepping back on 2. So stepping back on 5 is no longer necessary. Because this is what will happen is if you step back. I'm going to demonstrate it in closed position to make it more clear. This is black belt style. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay? This is what he wanted us to do. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. You see what I mean?
Too much.
But he was LA style. So it made sense.
I think it's enough.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Do you understand? So he was teaching the old way to our school and trying to change the way we do things, and it was driving me up the wall. Because he did not know that this is what we do, okay, anymore, right? I think you know. So anyway, go sit down. And it's like I had to do so much damage control after that day. I cried. I cried. So yeah. So anyway, it was a very interesting weekend, to say the least, but we won't go there. So now we're here. So now look, white 2, okay? So we're gonna teach her shoulder roll. The woman does a right shoulder roll, okay? Senseis, you should know that from your training, and it's also inside the McCoy videos of this little girl, shoulder roll on 1. We teach the fountain, which Tonya so beautifully demonstrated, okay? Teach the mermaid. All right, so the girl's got a lot of stuff going on. Hair comb. Hair comb. You comb your hair with your forearm. Boom. Open. Okay? That's the hair comb. Don't comb your hair like this. Comb your hair with your forearm. Then, what else? Shoulder roll on 1. Look. 1, 2, 3. Now, when you're doing your shoulder roll, you're going to sprinkle a little in the back, a little in the front. Okay? Is mine still rolling?
Yep.
Okay. Shoulder roll. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do a left turn. There's not enough space, so I'm going to go 5. Now, roll on 6, roll on 7, roll on 1. 6, 7, 1. So you roll your shoulder on 1, on 6, 7, and then slowly 8, and then 1. Let me show you this direction. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1. Tonya? 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1. Okay? So that happens at white 2. And notice how we have the little W2s up here. See that? So we can quickly grab the board when they're in a stack. Okay? And we have the shoulder rolls. Okay? Remember, when you teach styling, John noticed this, our apprentice. When you teach styling to women, you keep them. Okay? Because we have a problem sometimes. We have more men than girls. You gotta keep, and Tony even said the same thing, right? The women want to look good from the very beginning, you know? They're paying just as much as the man to be there, but sometimes we end up teaching the men 75, 80% the whole time, and the poor girls are just sitting there, you know? I'm even realizing that a lot. Mm-hmm. And so I go I'm called the floater. Sometimes we'll have a floater, an apprentice floater, where I'm not involved in any group, and I just go from circle to circle to circle, and I show the ladies, okay ladies, this is what you're going to do for your styling. And they love it when I visit their group. And then I go to the next group, okay, the ladies, what are you doing? Okay, Arturo, show me. I don't even know what my apprentices are doing, okay, half the time. I said, what are you doing? And I'll say, okay, now here's the styling for that, ladies, and they love it, okay? So it's good to have a floater, a female floater, that knows styling, okay? So what does this tell you? This tells you that you need to get as many apprentices as humanly possible, trained, up and running, so that you don't have to stress out so much about teaching your classes. Because the black belt system, the way it's designed for you to exit. It's designed for you to retire, okay? We get to a certain age to where we can't go out dancing 7 nights a week. I mean, I wish I could still do that, you know, but I will be very single, all right, if I do that. You know, we have both a mutual friend. She's getting a divorce, and what is she going back to? She's going to go dancing 7 nights a week. You know, she's going to be 50, 60 years old doing that, right? Okay. I don't want to live my life that way. I want to architect my life to where I can easily exit my school, okay? So, check it out. So, you're here. The left his and hers and the right his and hers combined with the crossbar lead is called the BBS basic. You no longer are going to be doing basic steps, okay? You're no longer going to be doing this. 1, 2, 3, 5, and then trying to figure out your move. Look, she's already bored, right? She wants to slit her wrists before the end of the song, okay? Because you're figuring out, okay, this, right? Now this. Yes, you can do a crossbody lead. Put yourself into a left turn if it's waist weak. Put her into a right turn if it's waist weak or left, whatever, crossbody lead. You know, put yourself into a right turn if it's waist weak, crossbody lead. Put her into a waist turn. Boom. Crossbody lead, okay? Once you get to bridges, those crossbody leads will turn into bridge walkthroughs, you know? Because after a while, left turns, you know, it's too much. So now Orange Belt, BBS has now bridge walkthroughs in it, you know, BBS Basic. There was something important that I wanted to say. BBS Basic. His and hers, shoulder. The 5th position, break. We were into that. Come here. Now, I want you to notice my footwork. Okay, we're going to be at a diagonal, okay? All right, can you see? Yes. White 2 is still pistol grip hold. When we get to yellow belt, we go to 4 fingers. Why? Because we need more points of connection for this break. If we stay at pistol grip hold, the guys start doing this. You see what I mean? Right. You want to go get that real quick? That is Andrew, I think. So in the 5th position break, the guys are going to do their right turns, not left turns. Right turns with a 5th position break. Boom. Okay? So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, up, 5th position, and turn her, halo around the angel. We're stepping in place now, rather than stepping too much to the side. Now the little guys, okay, you can have them go to the side, but when it comes to a big guy, you don't want them taking these enormous steps to the side, okay? So we'll just have them step in place, which is pretty cool, okay? That's something that we've advanced onto. We're slowly changing the videos over time. By the way, if any of you see a video online that is not correct or in the wrong place or is missing altogether, please let me know immediately. I'll just get on my computer and replace it. We'll do a quick video and replace it. We'll fix it right away. If you do not tell us that something's wrong, we will never know, because I'm not going to search every day through 400 videos and figure out, oh, what's wrong today? No, you guys have to tell me, okay? Also, if there's a video that doesn't show up, try a different browser. For example, lately, Chrome is not allowing us to see our videos, which is kind of weird, okay? So what we're doing now is Firefox for a lot of the videos, because Firefox is showing the videos for some weird reason. You know how software is. Everything is constantly changing, getting upgraded, all that. The Black Belt system is a software program. And it's awesome because we don't have to, because it can constantly be upgraded, all right, all the time. So, tell me, are you ready? I want to show that 5th position break with you. Oh, Andrew's here.
I've been watching the videos.
Yay! Oh, okay, good. All right, you got him occupied, in other words. You're such a good mom. Okay, now check this out. So we're pistol grip hold still at white belt. Okay, remember yellow we changed to 3. Why? Because they don't have enough power here, and they end up doing this a lot with pistol grip. At yellow belt, when they have 4 fingers, all 4 of his fingers touch the palm, boom, and he doesn't have to do this anymore because now he has more points of connection. You see that? Hi, Andrew.
Hello.
Okay, so anyway, so here we're going to do our 5th position break. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, up, swing. Oh, no. Hold on, I'm still learning it. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, up, swing down, and that's the normal one. 5, 6, 7. So on the swing down, you're going to do a 5th position. 5, 7, up, down and up, halo around the angel. This is what they do in New York. Back break. 5th position break. 5, 6, 7. That's what they do. They go boom. And the black belt style, the system is very New Yorkish. It's a European New York flavor, okay? That's why when we transition to on 1 to on 2, it's seamless, all right? We don't have to redo our crossbody leads and all that. Right. It's the same. It's a New York style. So when we invite an LA style guy to our school, who is a New York based school, we both have a headache. Anyway, so when we're here, we need to talk. We didn't discuss that, right? Anyway, so what we want to do is, what this does is it lends itself beautifully now to open breaks. Because watch, I can do the same thing. We're going to get out of the way of the track. This thing's bugging me. Now, check this out. We're here. If I do a fifth position break, boom, and I turn her, 5, 6, 7. Do you realize how easy my open break with right progressives are going to be? Watch. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. It's the same move.
Good stuff.
You are on, when you do an open break, you're on my right side, okay? When I do a regular progressive right using the wrist, you're on my left side, and I'm moving forward. It's no longer fifth position. So now I move forward. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. This is why this move is lost in New York. They do not do right progressives in New York. You know why?
No?
Because they teach all their people to do a fifth position break, boom, and they're so used to doing that now all they do is this. So the right progressive is starting to become lost. They don't do this. They don't do this.
I like this.
Isn't this beautiful? It's like one of my favorite moves.
It makes me feel pretty, that front.
Absolutely.
I love that part.
This is the same thing. 5, 6, 7, which is fine, but you only go once, right?
Yeah.
This one, you go twice, right? Is that weird?
I like it.
But it's the same thing. It's the same right progressive. I think it's better too. But because, you know, we go right progressives, we go left progressives. So basically we're doing the same thing. We're going back, forward. This is correct. This is also correct. Forward. So you're teaching our students 2 ways of doing a right break. Turn. Do you understand?
Yes.
Are you getting this?
I'm getting it.
Good. So I hope all of you understand that too. That anything that you do, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, I had to draw on 7, sorry. Crossbody lead. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now watch for the open break. You catch her on 3. Watch. 1, 2, 3. Hook. 5, 6, 7. 1. She basically did the same thing. I did the same thing over and over again. And that's the beauty of black belt. Normally in any other program, this is part of a move. And you learn the pattern, and that's the pattern you got, right? And over 5 years, the guys finally get it. Wait a minute, I can put this pattern with that pattern, and I can do this pattern, but it's still pattern within a pattern. And so that's pattern-based thinking. What we're teaching our students is system-based thinking. You understand? To where now they can start doing all of it. I have my apprentices and also my students, they say, can we stop her with one shoulder instead of this? Boom, and turn her right. I want to do a ninja move. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Single hand. Hook, boom, slide, bam, ha. Right? And the guys have more time to style because now they got more stuff going on, okay?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So check it out. So, we teach the blade, and the blade happens at the beginning of the song, after a dip and after a mess up, and the linger. And we teach the difference between the blade and the linger, okay? Tanya, can I show the difference between the blade and the linger? I know you want to watch your own video.
No, I'm making sure he's watching them all.
Okay. All right, now check this out. You and I'm going to do a blade first. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And the blade goes like this. Boom. That's all. The linger goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Isn't it pretty? And what happens is that your fingers, your foot from here, you're never going to lose contact. And she's going to feel the fingertips all the way down to the bitter end. Look at that. You're so awesome.
There you are.
Okay, so I'm so glad you're here to show the girls part. Trust me. Okay, so now we're going to go into white 3. Okay? Same flaps. Okay? Let's say it's week 2. Today you're going to be teaching shoulders and high hands.
What's the Nautica?
The Nautica is what they call, this is the Nautica. Okay? The Nautica happens, give me you. 4. You're gonna put me into a progressive left diagonal, okay? You're going to tap my shoulder on 5. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1. Okay? Right? 5, 6, 7.
So you bring it around.
Round. Great. I call this an orange. And you pull this up.
I'm doing that backwards. You sit behind you.
Okay. Here.
I was doing it backwards.
Up, flip the orange and then place back. One more time. Down, up, flip, back. And the reason why I call it a nautica is because when you look inside of a shell, this looks like it's the little guy inside of the shell going inside his little shell and doing a twist and coming all the way around the other side. So that shell, it goes continuously up. Right? Boom. Here. Okay, you want to try it? Beautiful. And then to show your pretty face, at the end you're going to twist your shoulders back and put it back. So here's the side view. Boom. Wow. You make everything look better. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1. Good. Do it one more time, and this is how I train the guys. I train the guys on count 3 to put their hand behind their back. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1. Good. And I don't want you to get I'm going to keep your hand the whole time because on 1, I don't want to extend my hand. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. See that? Extend on 3. Now, if I didn't do it right, watch what it feel like. It's the same move. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. You see the difference?
Yeah, you feel like you have to hurry up.
Andrew, look at this. Come here. Did you see that? Come here. This is his problem. Come here. It's no longer his problem. This was his problem.
It was his problem.
Watch. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now this is what Andrew does. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Look how much relaxed she is now. You know, isn't that great? You look amazing, right? This is the black belt way, is that we allow the women, we don't get in their face, we allow them to style, we allow them to show the beauty that they have to give to us as men, which is awesome, because we got a lot to give. Okay. I was giving. Okay, so check it out. Here we reiterate again, extend, touch, switch hands on 3, okay? So you extend your hands after on 3. You switch hands, I'd say switch hands before here, but you do a lot of things on 3 in break turns, okay? When you're going before a progressive, you switch on 7 before the progressive. You switch your hands on 7, you touch her on 7 before a progressive. Not before an open break with a hook though. With the open break with the right progressive, which is yellow belt, we touch her on 3 still because it's not a progressive, okay? Do you understand what this means?
Touch her on 7.
Touch her on 7. Come here. I'm going to give you a shoulder tap. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now I want you to feel that. If I were to put my hands on you on 3 for that. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. See how it's kind of abrupt?
Yes.
You know? Okay, so that's why we do switch on 7. And every time we come up with a brand new move, or I'm sorry, a new concept, I always test the shoulders because shoulders don't lie. Ladies can always make their hands longer and compensate for the guy, and it works all the time with hands. But when you do shoulders, that's where the rubber meets the road, and that's how we test to make things work, okay? Yeah. So, in white 3, we cover left progressives. We start to enter into orange, okay? Because they're already at their 3rd month. They're tired of doing BBS basic, okay? Even though they're touching their body. Right turn, we do the fountain, shoulder roll, hair comb, and mermaid for the ladies. When we get to tailbone and head loop, when we get to waist and low hand, we have the handcuffs and the bottle of Coke. And then tailbone and head loop, you want to prep on 7. So we put prep 7 here for tailbone and head loops. How do I mean by that? Come over here for a sec. I'm going to put you in a pizza. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5. Now notice how I turned a head loop into a split lead. I like it. Isn't that pretty? It's beautiful. You can do that with every head loop. Look. Boom. See that? Can you imagine without it? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Feels better.
It feels better. Women prefer a split lead over a box of chocolates. You get that?
Yes.
So every split turn or every head loop turns into a beautiful split lead. Okay, so try to create your head loops into splits. Boom. 5, 6, 7, right? What else do we have? Weird hand. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. That's pretty. Okay, and 10. So, the back of this, don't forget to add the aqua dip from last month. Sometimes the only time the guy ever gets to do an aqua dip is 1 week for 3 months because, and then if he missed that 1 week, he never gets to do an aqua dip. So you guys got to continue to add your aqua dips throughout your combos, okay? We need to do that in the videos too, I'm sure. So here, what else? Don't forget to add your blades and lingers. This is the back of white 3, okay? Edie, I'm bored teaching the students in white 3. I had that a lot for my I don't want to teach white 3 anymore. It's boring. Hello, you got so much going on. You got DT being him. You got DT being her. He turns, she turns. What is the difference between a blade and a linger? Do some dips. Women love dips. They write about it on Facebook. Oh my God, I got dipped tonight for the first time in my life. Here we talk about eye drop eye. Eye drop eye. Belly drop belly. For low hand, eye drop eye. High hand. And then you go to your nose on count 6. You go to your belt on count 6. On 2, it's a lot easier. Eye drop is eye is easier. Like this is an on 2 thing. Come over here for a sec. Watch. Eye drop eye is 3, 4, 5, 5.5, 6. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5, 6, 7. I go to my nose on 6. But on 2, listen to the counts. It is 6, 7, 1. Look. 2. There's no 2.5. 3. Now she has one more time, one more count to turn on 2. 4, 5, 6, 7. So on 2, it's actually easier. There's no 5.5. You understand that? Yes. Now, speaking of on 2, I'm going to go to the apprentice board for a quick second. This is our apprentice board, okay? And in our apprentice board, we talk to I bring this single board to apprentice training because I'm not going to carry all these boards to practice, right? So I created basically Kirk on this side, okay? You're going to see this. I'm going to include links to all the pictures, okay? Now look at the on 2, and you had asked me about this yesterday. On 2 feels easier, feels slower. Everything's easier on 2, right? Why? Because the woman has the pause on her turn. If this is the crossbody lead, and these 2 circles are where she or he turns, okay? Oh no, where she turns, not him, sorry. Because his turns are faster, all right? If this is where she turns, the blue is on 2, the red is on 1, okay? Now, on 1, the pause happens on the crossbody lead. On 2, the pause happens in the turn. So the crossbody lead feels shorter on 2, But her turn, she gets 1 more second. That's why Grisel and all those girls can do so much styling in the middle of their turn, because they have 1 more second of time to turn. See what I mean? And so this is where the pause is, and I have these 2 little breaks here for a pause and on 1. So the on 1 circle is very fast on her turn, 1, 2, 3, whereas this one is going 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what I mean? Or however the counts are. So this is a great depiction to tell your students, on 2, there's not 1 more count, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for both on 1 and on 2, right? So don't tell me there's 1 more count. But nobody could figure out the mystery of why I don't sweat as much in New York as I do in LA. Do you understand? And so it's like, okay, this is why. Is because the guy's not yanking me through this turn. He's taking his time, and he's admiring me during the turn because he has time. He has that extra count. Do you understand? Yeah. So when we get to yellow belt, by the way, on this apprentice board, we get to yellow belt, which is open break with right progressive. Notice that right progressive only happens here at yellow once, and it happens here at orange. I'm sorry, here. This is orange 1, orange 2, orange 3. White 1, white 2, white 3. Yellow 1, yellow 2, yellow 3, yellow 4. Camo 1, camo 2, camo 3. Green 1, green 2. Purple 1, 2, 3, 4. So this board is basically Kirk. The vertical lines on these boards, if you don't have your computer, if you weren't able to look up your move really quick, I'm going to create a move as these vertical lines. So let's say that I'm teaching CBL stops this month, or left break stops. I'm going to do this. I'm going to give her a right turn in my class. I even do this for my private lessons. Now give me a CBL stop. Now give me a left break turn. Now give me a CBL stop with no basic. Now give me a left progressive with a CBL stop. That's why I have a black line here. Now give me a right progressive with a CBL stop. Now give me a bridge with a CBL stop. Now give me a slant with a CBL stop. So you know how many times they got to practice that, execute that CBL stop?
A bunch of times.
They got to do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll add the bridge, 5, 5, 8 counts. So in 48 seconds, they executed the CBL stop 5 times. Is that freaking awesome? And so that's how I'm teaching my private lessons now. And this eliminates their basic steps between this brand new move that they just learned, because they've already conquered the belts before. Do you understand them?
Yes.
And when you're training your apprentices, this is what you train them on. Okay, today we're doing a CBL stop overcoat technique. Right turn, and then you just look at this, CBL stop, and then you go left turn, CBL stop, left progressive, CBL stop. And all you do is sit there at the microphone and you just watch them. And you have to say it the 8 count before so that they can plan. And all of a sudden your apprentices are going, this is awesome, right? You know, because now they're getting hardcore training on that CBL stop. Rather than doing that CBL stop over and over and over and over and over again,
Right.
you have them integrated within the moves. Do you understand that? Am I making myself clear? Okay, crystal clear. And you do the same thing throughout the entire program. What's really cool is when you get to the high speed spins and you start doing high speed stuff in between, integrated within your moves. And when I show you the green belt, there's like, for example, come over here for a minute. At green belt, the woman in a crossbody lead cannot do a high speed spin, but the guy can. Okay? Green belt, the guy can do a double if he wants. Bam, right? You see what I mean?
Yes.
But you can't. You can't do anything in a slant, right? Because I've got you. You can do it there. But watch this slant. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. See what I mean?
Ah.
That's how you start to integrate green. Now you're taking green and you're putting it all over white and orange, etc. Rotating crossbody lead. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7. Turns into this. 1 into the mouth open technique. 1 mouth open, double 6, 7, 1. 3, double 6, 7, 1.
Mouth open.
A mouth open technique. 1 to my mouth, open you up,
Oh.
spin the heck out of you. Mouth is on 2, open is on 3. If you're on 2, it's 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. You understand?
Yes.
Mouth
Open.
open. But don't like kiss her, okay?
Well, maybe.
But maybe. Tanya wants to be kissed, okay?
Maybe.
No, you're going to come like about 3 inches from now, so it's toward the mouth. Like Fred. Did you hear about Fred? Fred is your right-hand man in yellow belt.
Oh, right in there.
Now, you know how we goatee on 3? 1, 2, goatee. 5, 6, 7. It rhymes, it's fun, okay? Right? You can't goatee on 2. 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. But we do goatee, okay? We say the word goatee. 1, 2, goatee. 5, 6, 7. Well, guess what? Now you're on the other side of the line in yellow. Here you're on her left in yellow. I'm sorry, in orange. Here you're on her left, and I goateed myself for a right progressive. You're going to do the same right progressive, okay? I'm going to open break at this time. I'm going to give your hand to Fred's goatee, who's my right-hand man. He's my buddy. Come over here. Andrew, you're Fred. This is Andrew, everyone. Okay? Is it still rolling? Is it still rolling?
Yep.
Okay, good. Now check this out. Stand right next to me. This is Fred. He's my right-hand man. Now, do a mountain. Mount Everest. Okay, so let go of her. Good. Get into Mount Everest. Now, your count 3. All right?
Right.
1, 2, Fred. 5, 6, 7. So he's Fred.
Hey, Fred.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Are you getting the concept?
I am.
So this is a great way of teaching your people that when they do the open break, 1, give to Fred, 5, 6, 7. And as long as they understand that Fred's over there and we got this goatee going on, right? I could do 1, give to Fred, 5, 6, 7. See the quality of that lead? Whereas other people will just do this. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and forget to wind you up. You see what I mean?
I like Fred better.
I love Fred. Fred is my right-hand man. Good. Thank you, Andrew. Andrew's debut, 15 minutes of fame. Okay, now check this out. So your apprentice board, you're going to be showing them an overview of all of Kirk. Okay? You got this.
Got it?
Any questions at all?
Nope.
Okay, in camo, we've just recently come up with the stacks. Camo 1 is just, whenever you see this little man with an exclamation point, that means he's on the opposite side of the line. Okay? We call that the camo side, the opposite side of the line, whatever. Anyway, so we could do it on a crossbody lead and a progressive. So we do only left progressives, the opposite side, not right progressives, because right progressives are the open breaks. We tried it, Pete and I, we experimented with our groups. It just doesn't work, camo side rights. But you can put her into a right stop here in purple, okay? And you'll see the videos for that. All the videos are done in purple. We have 4 applications of camo. We have a boomerang, a walk around, a karate, and a stacked left, okay? And those are in your videos, okay? We also, and this is the rotating crossbody lead family. We have the rotating crossbody lead, we have the circle move, the Peter Pan, and the passes. And those are the 4 applications of camo, okay? And so, and then we only have high-speed rights, high-speed lefts, but how to prep them and how to stop them and how to integrate them within the entire curriculum is where you guys start really having some fun with green, okay? Right. Now remember, brown belt, your instructor level brown belt is high-speed spins, all right? It is not a green instructor level because we wanted to make it fit with the Taekwondo system of belt progression because the military likes that apparently. I'm thinking about changing instructor brown to instructor green, you know, and getting your green belt and workshop and make a match. I'm thinking seriously about doing that instead of brown because I was so bent on keeping this Taekwondo-ish, you know. We might just change it. See how things change? Look at this. We're just talking. Okay, anyway, so you get your green belt as an instructor.
Unless you change the green to brown.
To brown. But your brown belt is your spins workshops. You know? Yeah. So that's something that we're going to have to think about later. But anyway, so now this side of the apprentice board, notice the flaps. It's still the same. What do you teach first week? What do you teach second week? What do you teach third? What do you review? And then notice it's the same DTB, girl or guy. Okay? A guy can't touch his own knee. So, I guess he could, but anyway, right? And then, so I have apprentice board here. Look at the little man, the exclamation point, the linger, the blade, the linger, because we review all that. And so when the apprentices come out, we have one board for them. Okay, I'm teaching orange belt today. Okay, and they ignore everything down from orange down. And they say, okay, we're going to apply right break turn, cross break, left break turn, bridge into a left progressive today, class. And this is what we're going to do. It's week number 3. We're going to do waist and low hand. There's her waist and her low hand, just in case you guys don't know. And then yeah, so let's do the move. And then they're going to go on the opposite side, and they're going to say, okay, we're doing slants today, and we're going to do a right turn. Here's our combo for the day. Right turn, slant. Left turn, slant. Left progressive, slant. Right progressive, slant. Bridge, slant. So they did 5 slants in between all these moves. If you want to put in a basic, you can, okay? But I would start eliminating the basics, you know what I mean? Tanya, is this making sense to you?
Yes.
Totally? Any questions at all?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Not yet. I probably have someone I go home and start making my boards and practicing the moves myself.
Cool. So this is white one, where's orange? Okay, so now all we have left to talk about is orange. Is an orange board.
Is it that one? Is it that one upside down?
Is it upside down? Oh, look! Now we just invented that we have to do both sides. Both sides. You see how things are created in this business. So make sure you do both sides. I'm like, all right, so check this out. Now I'm going to do orange. Now, look at this. Look at the bottom of this board, people. Orange is where you really start to add styling for men and for women, okay? You're adding lunges. These little eyeballs mean mascara smear. Mascara smear high, mascara smear across, mascara smear low, okay? When you start doing lefts into lefts in camo, you can add a mascara smear into an Egyptian and into a mascara smear high. See what I mean? Come over here. Give me a left to left camo move real quick. Right. He's got his yellow belt on. On the correct hand. What is this? Oh, it's breast cancer one. Okay, so anyway, now check this out. You're going to give me a boomerang. Okay, this is a camel move, formerly called an S. The reason why we call it a boomerang is because I start here, I go over there, I end up here. Okay, left to left. And 1, mascara smear across, 5, 6, Egyptian. 1, 2, high, 5, over the head, mermaid. See all the styling the girls can do now?
Yes.
This is awesome. Right in your group class. Normally you have to teach a workshop, but you know now you got them going on in your group classes. Okay. Where is it? This one. Theme. Theme for orange. Eliminate the basic. Replace with CBLs or something. Okay. Theme. Styling. Short, long, long. Highly emphasized. The instructor has 1 board that whole month. You're not going to have 3 orange boards. You only do that with white, okay? Mm-hmm. You have 1 yellow, 1 camo, 1 green, 1 purple, all right? Because you don't want to carry all these boards everywhere. But you have 1st degree, you have 2nd degree, and you have 3rd degree. So when the instructor's going, what month is this? Oh, shoot, it's 2nd degree slants. Okay, I've had apprentices literally get there 2 minutes before their class starts. They can't function without the board. They run in, they go, what am I teaching? What am I teaching? It's on your board. Don't tell me. It's on your board. Just go look. And they're like, okay, class, today we're going to learn slants, okay? And then they start doing it. They go, slants, okay, we got this, slants, okay. So these are the slants right here. What week is this? What week is this? What week? By that time, the students know what week it is. It's tailbone. Okay, it's now week 4. Got it. So we're tailbone. Sometimes they really come unprepared, and that's something that you can't just handle because they've got kids, they got family, they got stuff going on. They just got in a car wreck, but they wanted to make their class. You can't yell at them. You know, there's an iceberg going on, and I have a couple of apprentices right now that have enormous icebergs. They don't want to tell me what they are, but I know something's going on, you know, and I just let them, you know, and sometimes they just need their space too. They don't want to talk to me, you know, which is fine. I get it. So now we're going to do slants and we're doing tailbones. So we're going to start with, what does that mean? Tailbone. So this is what we're going to do. Okay, everybody, does everybody know the slant footwork? No, not everybody knows. Yes, we all know it. Yeah, but you know what? We got to go through it. Okay, ready? Girls on that side. Guys on this side. And then, come on. All right, so we're going to teach the girls the left progressive with pivots. We only teach pivot technique. We do not teach quarter, half, 3/4.
No,
that was just an option. Okay. We want to really only do pivots now from now on. That is in left right turns. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. That's for both men and women. And pivot turns for the ladies. 1, 2, 3, heel toe, toe heel toe, lock it shut. Short, long, long, okay? All right? That's what we want to stick with in the program. There's many different ways of doing progressive left, but we really want to try to stick and make the black belt girls look amazing with their pivots. Boom, 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 hits. That's just such a classiness about that. Okay, so in the slants, so ladies, you're going to do a right progressive. Right progressives are just shin A turns. You know why we do pivots on left versus right? Is the thing still recording?
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you why. Because inherently in salsa, you step back with your right leg as a woman, right? So when you step back with your right leg, you're already there for a right turn. Look, I step back, boom, 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 1. It's just there automatic. So we don't do pivots, but we have to because we have to. If we were to do a left with no pivot, naturally, we would do this. 1, 2, 3, walk, 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 walk. That's our natural way of doing things. But we have to do a left progressive ending with a right leg back. That's why pivots happen. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. It's back there already in a short stance, so we can just push off for the long. That's why we do pivots on the left and not on the right. Does everybody understand that? Are you clear? Okay? Same thing with the right turn. We don't need to do a pivot on a right turn. Right, left, right, boom, 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 1. For a left turn, we have to end on 1. If we were to do the left turn that way, it would look like this, naturally. 1, 2, 3, walk, 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 walk. That's the natural way. So in a left turn, left right turn, we have to land back on 1 with our right leg back. That is the reason for pivots. Does everybody get that? Yes. Okay, cool. So what were we doing? Footwork. It's the apprentice who has issues. Slant. Okay, guys, where's your slant footwork? And by that time, he's forgotten about his stuff because now he's got to focus. So, ladies, I want you to do a cross-body, and we're going to do a basic first. So we teach the ladies basic. 1, 2, 3, cross-body lead. 1, 2, 3, long, 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 short, long, long, cross-body lead. 1, 2, 3, boom. And now the guys are going to do their slants. Okay, guys, this is your slants. Ladies, come over here. And now if you're going to do a progressive, you teach the ladies progressive, right? You teach the ladies their styling, stuff like that. Now, gentlemen, this is what you're going to do. All right, now all the guys are going to get in a row. We say, okay, guys, you're going to do this separate from the ladies. Boom, boom. Are you going to do basic? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now you're going to step across the street on 7. Go diagonal on 1. Step 2. Do a Mount Everest. 5, 6, 7. That is your slant. And remember, in slants, the Mount Everest is everything. Why? Because the lady has to see that you're in front of her before the turn. When you do slants, and she's over there, she doesn't have any idea where she's supposed to go because you're behind her, so you need to stay in front of her. So the slant footwork is 7, 1, 2, stay in front of her from Mount Everest. Boom, 6, 7. You understand that? Yes. So now, the music comes on. John, play the music. DJ, boom, everybody together. 5, 6, 7, and. This is the footwork. You the first 5 minutes, 5 guys, slant, ladies cross body lead, 2, 3. You don't touch each other, slant again, cross body lead. You don't touch each other, slant again, because as soon as a man touches a woman, it's over. He can't think. He doesn't even remember his name. So you have him do the footwork the first 5 minutes of every single class. You have him do the footwork. I don't care if you're a camel or not. Okay, you understand that? Yes. And then you teach the move. Okay, so we're still here. Anything else that I need to cover? Oh, the little Christmas tree down there is this. So, she turns, she does the handcuff technique. Instead of doing the Coke bottle, she wants to do a Christmas tree. Here's a decoration, and here's a decoration. It can be one decoration. Boom, one decoration. But don't put too many decorations on the tree. Okay? You're fine. Okay, so that's the Christmas tree. What else is there that we added in? Everything else is fine. The headache. Oh, for the bridge walkthrough. Headache slice mermaid. We already have that on the film, but I'll show you. On 3, he has a right hand for a bridge. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. You give me a headache. I can't handle you. Broke my heart, you scumbag, but I'll forgive you anyway. Okay, so come over here. Let me show the styling. So you're going to give me a bridge. Put your hand behind your back. Make sure you walk in front with your right leg on that bridge, okay? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1. And at the end, sometimes I'll do this. At the end, after the mermaid, I'll take his sweat, put it on me, and then throw it on the floor. So this is what it looks like. And 1, 2, you give me a headache. You broke my heart, you scumbag, but I forgive you anyway. Ah, because you're so delicious. Okay?
I think he's blushing.
He is blushing. Okay. So anyway, that is the headache styling, okay? For the bridge, right? And you can add that in. You can also add your fountain styling. Your fountain styling. You come up, around. You can put pieces of the fountain together. You don't have to start down here. You know, just don't start here like this, okay? Before you touch any part of your body, you need to make an out and then touch in. And when you touch your body, you're only going to touch it with your middle finger, not the tips. You're not going to do this, right? Or this. You're going to only touch it with, you're going to have your fingers flying out. Come over here, Tony. You have better fingers than me. Do you open? Put it on your stomach. See, look at how her fingers bend like this. I don't have that. I have like these. Anyway, see these fingers come out? It's beautiful. So she's not touching herself with her fingertips. Anything that you do, you never want to touch here in electric flare. I call this electric flare. Keep your fingers pointed out. Okay? Look, she's, okay, see that? Look. That's the right way, right there. Okay? Beautiful. Anything else? Am I missing anything? I gotta make this video clear. Orange. Where's orange? Styling, men's styling. Oh, men's lunges. Come over here. Sorry, I keep interrupting you. No, you're fine. Look. Slant. 1, 2, 3. Look at this. Right? Boom. 5. And then when you're teaching bridge, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. You can slant into it. 1, 2, 3, lunge. What else do we teach for the guys to do? Hand behind the back, the aqua dip, shadows. When you're putting her into progressive, she's turning left, you turn left. When you put her into a right progressive, she turns right, you turn right. Now, notice in a progressive, when she turns left, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, punch, 1. And sometimes I have the guys keep their hands behind the back. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Nice. Look how nice that looks, yeah? For a right progressive, he hooks behind on 5, but he turns right on 7, okay? Instead of crossing in front to turn left, he hooks behind to turn right, okay? So he's doing a shadow behind her. 1, 2, go T, right? I hook, I take care of my woman first. Now I go fool around. But I still treasure her. Look at that. See that? So you want to do your shadows not only in front of progressives, but also in front of break turns. Okay? You can do your shadow. When we start to get to green belt, we just do what's called a quick spin. You go under the bridge. You punch under the bridge. Whether she's turning left or right, you punch under the bridge. So watch, it's no longer a shadow. It is a shadow, kind of, if you're going the same direction, but watch what happens. You're turning her left now. You're still going to punch under the bridge. We tried it to go the other way. It's harder, and it looks the same. So she's going to go left. Look, I'm still going to punch left. She's going to go right. Look at this. I'm still going to punch right. I can do that after a progressive punch. Boom. Okay? You see what I mean? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Punch into the bridge. Boom. See what that means? Okay. Are you getting this?
Yes.
Are you clear? You're going to be able to teach this?
Yes.
Ah, God. Love you.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
What else?
My apprentices have some work to do.
Yeah. Make them do the boards. You know what? Have a board creation
I was
party.
already thinking about it.
When I was here with Erica, she did the DTV girls, and she did the flaps while I did the content, the meat, okay? And we got it done a lot faster, but it still took a long time. And you know what I recommend that's doing that's really fun that you'll love? Go get those magic markers that actually smell like, the purple smells like bubble gum, and the pink smells like whatever, and the black smells like licorice. It was so funny, my apprentices said, Edie, what happened to you? I was doing all the boards by myself, right, for a day before the class. They looked at me, they go, what happened to you? I said, what? I've been doing all these boards today, I'm exhausted. Don't tell me I look tired, that's rude. And they go, no, what's wrong with your nose? I was smelling the magic markers, and my nose was like all these different colors of magic marker. I had to teach like that the whole night. Don't worry, people. Edie's having issues right now. Her nose is several shades of black, okay? So anyway, that's a lot of fun. And plus, they're quality, and they'll last you a long time.
Right.
We had some here that they broke as soon as we took off the lid. It just broke, you know? But get the kind, usually you can get them at Office Depot, somewhere like that. And they're great. They smell wonderful, and your boards smell like orange. We'll get orange scented. We'll have a lemon scented yellow. What else? What else? What else? Updates. Updates will be, every time I do an update, something major, I'm just going to send you guys, I have the Facebook page for instructors worldwide. Okay? Because some of you aren't getting my emails. I don't know. Maybe I'm a spammer. I'm a worldwide spammer. So I'm going to just put it in the instructor page, any updates that we have. I might also stick it in an email just in case. But I want you guys to get your Facebook accounts. Every sensei should have their own personal private group page so that they can communicate with their apprentices. We have the Denver page, and I give most senseis, a lot of them, access to that apprentice page so that they can see how we do business, so they can see things that come up, so you can get a feel for how we do things. If you guys want to have access to our apprentice trainings and just Skype in or Facebook or Google Hangouts in, let me know. I will be more than happy to open up my laptop for you. We can even have our apprentice trainings together. We do them every Thursday and every Sundays, and then we have our Tuesdays, you know. So chime in with us and then go through the training with us. While we're doing it, you do it, you know, and you'll see how we operate, okay? I'm not saying that our way is the best way, but our way seems to be working, okay? We used to have 70 people coming to our Littleton facility. 2 months into the brand new place that's 50 miles away, we're now starting to get our numbers back. I was really worried. We only had like 30, 40 people actually come with us and move with us, but we lost a lot of people. We lost half of our people, but now it's, so that happens, I guess, when you move, right? I was freaking out for a while and thinking, God, maybe we should move back. Anyway, so I want to really build this up. I'm expecting, my goal is to fill that place up to 200 people every Tuesday night. They do it at the Avalon in Boulder. They have 200 people a night up there. Why can't we do it in Denver, which is a bigger city than Boulder? You know, Oatmeal Boulder, you know? You know? So we need to do that, 200 people on a Tuesday night. That's my goal, 200, okay? And if we can do it with 16 apprentices teaching 200 people in one night, you guys can. And if I'm a woman and I'm doing this, you guys can do this, okay? Right, it's just so natural. What else? What am I missing? Any other questions at all?
I can't think of
any questions, Andrew? Will you be able to go back home and do this? Yeah?
Yeah.
You see any problem at all? Any issue?
I'll know once I start going through it.
Okay, all right. Because I really want to take care of you. You guys are, to me, my family, you know? And because I spend so much time with you, right? You know, and I love you, and I know what you're going through. You know, you're all alone out here, you know, and you're just like, okay, what do we do now? You know, and I don't want that to be a problem in Black Belt. I want you to always, every apprentice should have access to all the videos for free, okay? They should, the senseis need to pay their dues, and that's part of their dues, you know? And free workshops from me with you guys, free boot camps. You just chime in, you know, and we're going to have a summit every year. I just don't know when yet, okay?
September?
When?
September?
September. Okay, how does October look for you? Is that getting busy?
October, we go to Tucson to perform the 17th.
Okay, so let's just stick
So
to like
after that.
the weekend after Labor Day. So if some people want to come out to see our Tuesday class, they can come Tuesday. We'll probably have the summit on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then you guys can go back to your classes or whatever on the weekend. You know, how does that sound? Or is a weekend better?
Weekend would be better.
A weekend would be better?
Well, I won't be here for your class Tuesday though.
So Tuesday through Sunday.
I think we should be there to see. Like
Yeah.
get actually everything, all the circles, everything in play. I'd like to see that.
The only reason why I hesitate Labor Day is because it's the New York Congress, and I also train brand new instructors during the Labor Day weekend the week before. So I train the brand new people from Tuesday through Monday the week before. And if you guys want to come to that training, maybe I could just have that as a combination of everybody. You know, I don't know. You know, you guys have to tell me. But that's also the New York Congress. So, you know, we have to figure this out. Okay? So if I could get some feedback from all of you, that'd be cool too. So are we good to go? So there's going to be a board. We just don't have, they ran out of boards at Walmart, right? Or where did she get these? Target, you can get the blank front and the blank back. And it's like this plastic. It's not, don't get this, okay? They got this, and then they got all the advertising from this company. We know you're a board, okay? We got this, right? You don't need to put the, what a waste of space, right? And plus it's cardboard. We have the cardboard kind too. We're gonna convert, look how crappy it looks. We're gonna convert to those. I'm gonna make all brand new boards when I get home. And what they're like $9 each, okay? So there's gonna be a little investment there. So any new things, please get in tune to the Facebook page, but Black Belt Instructors Worldwide, or BBS Instructors Worldwide, I think that's what it is, and that's where I'll be communicating, as well as email too, okay? No more questions? Good. This is Edie the Salsa Freak signing out. Have a great day. Happy dancing.